Welcome to the Hillbilly Trader. This is one of the purposes of the Hillbilly Trader, show you guys how to hedge some stuff. Now, if you look at this thing came down. This is the 25th of April, and it came down here and it had a little doji, and it's on 61%. It's not supposed to drop anymore. It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to. The rules of the game say it's not supposed to drop. Okay? It's not supposed to. All right? Well, sure enough, what's it do? It drops. It's not supposed to do that, but I had put this trade on. Now, let's go back here. Here's the original position I had on. Okay? Had this position on. Sold 10 puts and bought 40 calls. Great. If it's going to go up, I'd make a mint. So I think for whatever reason, it's going to go up. Well, it doesn't. It goes down, but it's a slow-moving stock, so I don't panic. I don't panic at it. It's a slow-moving stock, and it drops 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and then takes off. Well, up here it had a double top, and I thought, well, I'm brilliant. It's not going any higher. So what I do on this is I decide to buy back the puts because I think it's going to go down. Well, that still leaves me with some risk in the trade of $900. Then I sell some calls against it, and I call this a Batman, but it's really an inverted butterfly. Okay. Or a Van Halen, not a Batman. A Van Halen. It looks like the Van Halen sign to me. Well, the maximum loss I can take now is like $500. So I've changed the trade into this. Now, I think tonight that we've dropped a little bit, and we've dropped right down into this area. Okay. And let's pull this up. Okay. Let's bring this up right here. And tonight the dollars come clear down into this 61% spot. So I want to buy this back. And I won't know the prices I can do till tomorrow, but I'm going to buy back these 20 calls, leaving me with this. I'll have a long call at 180 bucks. Now I'm thinking about selling puts against that long call. And look, these are clear out into December. Well, I'm just going to wait. If it runs up a little bit, I'm going to change the trade again. Okay, and I've been hearing lots of bad things coming out of Europe. This is probably what I'll do in the morning. This is all predetermined by this. Okay, Forex Factory. And if I look at Forex Factory right here, and I go down and I say tomorrow morning is the ADP number at 6:15. I have to be in front of the computer for this. If the dollar strengthens, I'm going to maybe close that trade. If the dollar weakens, I'm going to leave it alone because I make money on the way down. So I'll do this if it strengthens. This is what it is right now. I'll do this if it strengthens. So that's an adjustment. Those are, I've just laid out a path and I'm adjusting my trade. Now, last week we worked on some things that we called the beer mugs. And we started looking at these. Okay, let's actually close this. We'll leave some of them on. In a retracement, a cup and handle retracement, right here is the dollar. You can retrace down to 61%. All right, it's not quite there, but we could go as low as 61% and head higher to still make it a valid cup and handle. Okay, this one, NASDAQ, we thought it would go to our trend line. It hasn't. It's gone up a little bit farther. And silver is come right up to the lip right here at the top of its trading range. This whole trade that I have structured is dependent on one news event tomorrow. What happens to my silver trades, what happens to my SQM trades is all predetermined tomorrow. So here's the trades I have on. I'm going to go to monitor. Here's the trades. HDY. Okay, silver, this has nothing to do with them. Let's just look at silver, SQQ. This is a longer term holding one. I'll have to explain it another time. But silver, if we look at this, we've sold some puts and bought some calls. Well, if we think silver is going to drop, let's buy back our puts. Let's see, what can we do our puts for? So we're going to go to silver, we're going to right click, and we're going to analyze closing trade. Well, if we look at our risk profile on silver, we're going to buy, oh, that was the calls. I didn't mean to do that. Thought I grabbed the put. Right click, analyze closing trade. Analyze closing trade. Okay, so here's what it'll look like if I do that. I'll still have $2,700 in risk, but I've sold this for $259, And if I buy them back, the October 35 puts, it's saying that I'd get 270 on them. Okay, well, that's not what I want, to get 270, but if I think it's going to drop back, I may do that. I may, or since yeah, I probably will do this if I think it's going to drop back. The difference is really small. They're about the same for what I got in at, and I may buy that back and just let it drop back down and sell some calls against these calls, or I might just leave it because it's clear out into September, and I'm not really worried about being put to at 35. So that one I may leave. And the other one that we have on here is the SQQs. The SQQs are really predetermined by what NASDAQ does. Okay? So I just have to wait, and NASDAQ's predetermined by what the dollar does. It had such a huge run today. I was very comfortable in this today, but the hillbilly has some things going on in his family with his grandma that aren't very fun, and I didn't get to watch this very much. But that's part of life. No excuses. This came up to the trend line, and I missed this gap up today. So this has hurt me because I did not have a pending order in to fix it because I had personal issues. I didn't put the pending order in, and that was stupid. I should have hedged it above this point, and I did not, and it ran up in a big move. So we'll have to see what happens with the news tomorrow, and then we'll give you an update.